Yay! Good morning, everyone. Good morning, guys. Say hi to us. We are starting. It's 8 a.m. and it's Friday. Actually, it's Friday. That's awesome. I forgot. Yes, a weekend ahead. Great. How are you doing today? Say hi when you're here, guys. We are starting. Yay!
Morning, everyone.
We have some people coming in. Great. We have already 3 people watching. We will probably just wrap up. We'll just dive into some, I will say probably topics that continuing with, from hi Steve, how are you? They're connected with our low barrier offer. We will talk about that, why we actually connect all those topics together. And first thing, good morning, Dave. Dave, hi, you're with me.
How you going? Good morning, everyone.
I was like, hey Mike, good morning from Colorado, US. Happy to have you here. And
Greetings from sunny Colorado. I like that. Well done, Mike.
Yeah, I will probably just start with first thing. If you have anyone you know that can actually get something from this framework, because this is probably our last big 21 days for free or free content. That means if you have anyone who can jump in our group, just feel free to invite them and tell them they can still access the 21-day challenge anytime they want. We will keep it in the group for probably next 40 days. That means you will have all access to go through the videos and get some framework for your business and implement that. Because I think it's very good, because if you actually are able to take the tools and really spend time on your homework, you will have pretty good idea what to do in your business, especially when you go online and when you want to advertise, or when you want to get some audience, or if you want to start to opening some sales conversations with people, our potential clients. And we will, hey Wendy, how are you? Good morning. We will just continue. Like, we talk about the low barrier or entry offer yesterday, and we spent actually all day around that topic, because that's most important pillar of any offer that you will create in your business, because that is like an entry point when you can actually open the conversation and probably exchange some value with your potential client or your client. And Ascension Model is another model basically that is just going with that, because you need that small low barrier offer at the beginning. And we talk about your low barrier offer as well, that should have attributes that we mentioned, that will be specific, tangible appeal to your ideal client, has to be unique. We spend a lot of time about some unique companies, talking about unique companies and ideas, and has to be aspirational. They are really important attributes of your offer. And if you didn't watch the video or you haven't been there yesterday, I will definitely ask you to do that, because it's really, really great. 5 steps and basically attributes that you can use with any offer that you're actually going to create in your business. And I'll probably just ask, guys, do you know anyone, do you know about Ascension Model? Probably some of you already have been on my class. I think I was running one morning, like one Thursday morning, around this topic. But if you didn't, just let me know if you have an idea, or if you are using that model in your business. I will just wait for comments. What is Ascension Model? I will probably just give you the idea. It's the interesting understanding that a high quality core offer is more important as a foundation to your business. Yes, it is definitely core of your business, but to start to create that relationship with customer and actually get that client to pay for your high ticket offer, you have to go through some steps. Usually people don't spend $3,000 or $5,000 or $10,000, because when your high ticket offer can be $10,000. People just don't come, and talk to you first day and say like, yes, I'm going to spend $10,000. They have to have experience. And especially now when we are trying to sell online, they need to have some kind of experience with you. And the best thing to give them that experience is through low barrier offer. That means you exchange a little bit of money, but you give them a lot of value, and they are like, yes, I want more. And basically it's just more like a ladder. It's just like step by step, you want to take them on the journey with you. Thank you for comment, Mike. Yes, I will ask Dave if he has something to add.
Yeah, Mike raises a good point, but it's also you've got to have a look at what sort of business that you have. And as Alex says, if you're trying to attract clients in an online forum, which I guess is the focus of today, yeah, there's plenty of ways to put out free content, free PDFs, free blogs, stuff that you might do on a YouTube channel and so forth. And the general public has access to a lot of that information, and you're building a relationship with them, or they're building a relationship with you through those particular mediums. So what Alex is then saying is that when you're transitioning in from a client, potentially a new client that doesn't know you, doesn't have that long-term trust factor built up with you, then you want to build that preparation, build that process. Yes, you've got your high ticket items that you might want to work with. You might run retreats for argument's sake, and they might be $5,000 for a week long retreat. But if someone hasn't done any work with you beforehand, how do they know, how do they sample? So it's building that trust value at a low level to begin with, and you can work your way through the process.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dave. Yeah, I will probably just give you some example. Basically, Ascension Model is just leveling up the offer that you probably already got from the conversation we started. It's basically offer some kind of level, some kind of steps for your client to actually take him comfortably, through the journey. And I'm not saying that make them pay the higher ticket offer. It's more about make them to want to work with you and make them to see the value you can bring into their business or into their life, or whatever product or service you do. It's actually, it doesn't really matter, because there are great examples. And I decided, because I was researching some examples, but I was thinking, of course, the great example is always the fast food. That's when you think about McDonald's, when you're coming to McDonald's, you have first thing, you can have a burger for $1, or you can have that second offer, what is like a package. I think it's the meal. That's the French fries and drink and your burger. Or you can have family pack that is containing more stuff for all your family. And that's just an example of Ascension Model, how you can use it. We are talking a lot about programs, but I will give you some example from my businesses. I had basically in Europe, I had even a catering business for 10 years almost. And we have a few different offers, and we packaged that a way that wasn't really going to take one customer through the journey, but it was still leveled up. That means you had options to get private party that started from 1,900 euros as an example. And why it was cheaper was basically because it didn't take so much time. I didn't need to do that much research, because that usually happen in houses or private properties. And I didn't need a lot of people to work at that day. That means I don't know, I needed probably 2 wait staff, 1 chef, prepare some finger foods, and 1 person that was barman, mixing the cocktails. That means you really think about that, like how many people you need, what kind of energy, what is your entry into that offer as well. That's why private parties were cheaper. But when we were going up to second level, there was corporate events. Corporate events started from 16,000 euros up. And why is that? Because that was usually for more people. It requires research. I had to research so many venues and talk to so many people. And I needed to create a program and offer them some different solutions they can have, actually what kind of party they can have. It was furniture, it was marquees, or it was so many things, sound system. It's just really starting to be bigger, and it was also more people involved. That means you have, 5 chefs, you have 10 to 12 wait staff, depends on how many people you have on the party, and you have DJ. That means it's going to be bigger and more expensive, of course, because it requires so much of your time for preparation as well. And the highest, there were special tailored parties or private events, and they started from 60,000 euros, and they were going to up to million euros. We had party for €1,000,000, and that was 40's birthday party, and it was crazy. But again, there was just so many people, so much resources. There were people. I don't want to go there, because there was like the program was amazing. We basically created concert on 40's birthday from different singers, and there was the person from Destiny's Child, singing. It was crazy. But the thing is, that is your time for almost all, 6 months. That means you really need to understand that you need to value your time, because sometimes we don't ask money for our time before we talk to the client, or before we actually are doing the activity they pay for. you need to remember they pay for your activity before as well. Another example, when I had my coffee shop in Thailand, that I had two different offers. During the day, there was the coffee, that was the first level. After that was coffee and cake as the second level. And after that, you were able to have coffee and a food basically as a third level. And in the evening, of course, we have bar. That means you had, I don't know, you pay for one drink, you know, you have one drink that is quite normal price, but after that you can buy box of ice with one bottle and some snacks, and you can have dinner and bottle, or you can have bottle of wine. And there are always levels. That means if people don't know the restaurant, they probably try, you know, they came to the bar, they have one drink and they like the atmosphere, they love the energy, they order more, and they probably go for your second offer. They're just examples, but I will continue. Dave, do you have anything to add to that? Because I know you have some examples as well from financial industry.
Look, so I ran financial planning practices for 15 odd years. And then, you know, from an Ascension perspective, now that's very much particularly back in that time, clients came to you, there was, you know, a telephone inquiry. It was probably before the internet really took off, but your initial, I guess, entry level was probably just a real transactional type process. It might be someone that just wanted to sort their life insurance out. It could have just been that they've got multiple superannuation policies all over the place and they just need someone's help to consolidate them. And they're not interested in anything else past that. It was really just that transaction that's there in front of them. Then moving to that next phase was more of a full service. So someone that wanted a holistic review on what it is that they were doing and looking at their superannuation, their life insurance, their wealth creation, their debt structures and so forth. But it was more a focus of, hey, I'll work together with you for the next 3 to 6 months while we work through each one of those particular categories, but very much can you please provide the advice, then I'll go and do the implementation myself. And then the top Ascension model is really a full service type scenario. It tends to be more your higher net worth clients that have frequent transactions of higher value. They've got complicated investment structures and so forth. And typically those clients would work with that they have a dedicated advisor that is their point of contact. There's a whole team behind the scene that works with them on the files as well. But they're on a monthly retainer basically, and it's a 12-month 12-month agreement or a 2-year agreement, and there's monthly installments that come through. So there's no cost per transaction. The cost for those clients is generated over that whole time frame that you have that contract in place.
Yeah, cool. Thank you very much for that, Mike. Yes, that's really great. Upsells in the restaurant service industry is where most of the profits are made. That's a really great point and so true.
Absolutely, and particularly on the alcohol, the upsell for wine, beer, and so forth. That you take that out of most restaurants, and they struggle to make profit.
Yeah. I will probably just try to explain a little bit more on. Let's say, I think there was like a wellness program or something, and I will try to go through the levels with you guys. If you have any question about the levels or what is your offer, or maybe share with us if you can, what are your levels? Even if you have 1 or 2 or 3, whatever it is, please share, or we can probably just jump into that and maybe have a look and help. I will start probably like with level 1 as a, let's say, introductory program. That means if you create anything online, anything, it can be program, it can be any kind of videos, or you want to change your business, you want to start to sell like a small products or supplements, whatever it is, but basically we can use this as a model. That means introductory program is meant to be lower price and also low time commitment from your side and also the client side, I would say, because you need to understand that for that money they just want to try it. It's kind of like a taste your work with you or your program or what you do. It should take 30 days or less, and carry investment or less. I said $200. The introductory program is meant to be low barrier entry program, giving that ideal client the ability to try you, because you selling basically your work or your service. I always say that that the program should lead into another step, and that's that unique, let's say, signature program. You always need to have connection between the programs. That means when you have the one program, they need to feel like, yes, I want more. What is the next step? You need to prepare them actually for the next step. what is coming after. And when you have your unique signature program, let's say, that's the second level. It's still overpriced. It's kind of not long-term commitment, but it's a little bit longer, let's say 6 to 12 weeks. And it can carry investment from 200 to 1,000. It can be, for us, is actually the second level is 1,997 as the second level. And I would say it has to require a little bit less of your time. That means you try to kind of scale your business or your program. The first level, you don't want to spend any time there. That's already something that you have pre-recorded, but the second level requires a little bit of your time. That means you need to be like we do our programs live every week. You get from 8 weeks to 12 weeks, you get live, and you get half day for workshop. And we really spend time with people, and we don't want to have more than 10 to 20 people in the course. We're really careful with the numbers because we know we want that personal. We want to hear from everyone, and we want to actually touch the base about your business with every person. And it's very important because you can do only, a little bit in that week. But if you know about the businesses in your program, about people in your program, you can actually tailor the program and task or homeworks for them. What is very important. And again, when they finish the program, it needs to be, first of all, you need to deliver some kind of transformation, and they need to feel like, yeah, this is what I want because I achieved this much in 3 months that I really want to continue. I really want more, because if I can scale my business already in 3 months and I can see the growth in, I don't know, it can be audience, it can be lead generation, it can be your sales, it can be your skills, it can be your personal transformation. And now you're like, yeah, I just started. I want to continue. And you want to bring them into that third level. And it's like, yeah, this will be the real big thing because you can work with us 1 year. And usually people have 6, 12, or 24 weeks or 1 year, 6 months, whatever works for you. But that's already a higher commitment. And it's for us, it's one-on-one work. For most of the programs or any kind of wellness coaches, it's usually one-on-one work. And that requires, I always say that it's like an enter your business, and you basically work with your business partner, because we can't take a lot of people on one-on-one logically, because we basically grow your business with you for 12 months. And I know how much time it took me because I grew 4 businesses, sorry. And I know how much time you need to invest. That means if you are helping your client to kind of bring the ideas and take them on the journey and to make money in 12 months and come to that point that, yeah, okay, I'm making at least $100,000 or $200,000 and I'm really confident now I can do it by myself, or let's continue and bring it to $1 million. But if you have that partner, that's why we can have probably, I think we had 2 each one-on-one clients, and it was already, it's too much with running, all your other programs, and you want to give them that energy, and you want to give them that ideas, and you want to give them that guidance. That means that's why one-on-one is more expensive, and we starting from $3,000, and we also have the results-based payment basically. That means if you are going through the plan, we plan for quarters, and every quarter you can actually go and check how much we made, what was the return, what we achieved, if we achieved all KPIs, how we are moving ahead. And basically there are, again, percentage, there are some money that coming in basically because we just achieved the result. And I think that's very important because you're fully involved with the business, and it requires a lot of your time. But again, when you do that kind of work, you can probably offer another level, and it can be some kind of VIP level. I think we started to play with idea that we will have some events. We will give you some quarterly events. We will have big annual events. We can have retreat. You can add some more stuff on your services. That means just think about that, how you can play around with your offer. And that's why we started with small and low barrier offer, because it's so much easier to see that small step first, that transformation you can offer for a client. And after that, you can slowly go, upper, and you can give them more transformation. If it's internal, if it's business, it depends what you do. Guys, any questions? Because I'm talking too much, hey? I just can't talk about this.
I think you make some great valid points in all that, Alex. It's ultimately, it's about having an understanding of where you're at with your clients and your client's journey. So in those early phases, you're building trust, you're building the rapport with your client, and the more they see value in what it is that you do, the more they want to work with you, the more they want from you. And that can then have its impositions in terms of more of your time, more of your resources, more of your behind the scenes stuff that you need to do in order for preparation for those clients. And in that transition, you're talking about KPIs. For some business owners, it's all about improving the bottom line. I've worked with other business owners where it's more about giving me my time back. I'm sick and tired of working 70, 80, 85 hours a week in my business, and I'm not seeing my kids. I'm not spending time with my family, and the business is running me rather than me run the business. So sometimes in those situations, it's about bringing in a manager or putting a hierarchy of staff in place so that everybody has their allocated duties, and it starts to free up your time to be able to do those things. So it's not always about I guess a dollar ratio. It could be about time. It could be about just physically being able to step out of the business. I was chatting to a friend of mine that runs a business in Melbourne at the moment, and he's actually been probably one of the few industries in the business that he has where he's been unaffected by COVID. And what, if anything, it's actually really enabled him to step back and just really get more accountability and more value out of his team in order for them to do what it is that they need to do. Now, his business was probably, I'd say 75, 80% online anyway. Now his business is almost 100% online. He's probably 98, 99% online. And that's because he's adapted and changed in the marketplace and really tuned into what the new norm is and what the new world is. And as much as he's based in Melbourne, his business actually extends right across Australia, New Zealand, and up through Asia.
That's such a great point. Like when you think about the time, I guess everyone here is in business, and you know how much time it requires, especially first 6 months of your business when you're really trying to get the systems working, and you're testing the marketing, you're testing the sales systems, and you're really going through that testing period. And for me, that's the hardest part. Even in restaurant, when I was in Thailand, I didn't have any idea what people were like. I didn't have any idea if actually people like to drink coffee in Thailand, because we all know in Thailand it's very hard to find good coffee. Now it's different. Like it changed so much when I was there last year. But when I was there, when I lived there, I really had trouble to find that real Italian coffee producers, and when I found them, that it took me probably like 1 month to really like make research around all island. And the thing, you need to know your market and you need to make research, and all that first 6 months, I guess, is really hard. That's why it's very important, or maybe it's just, for me, it's release if I can actually do brainstorming with someone. If I can have someone like a partner is my coach or mentor, or someone that I can actually talk about the business and ideas and share, because it's always good when you have 2-3 people. That's why we're doing here the lives, those small videos can help you to really start to think a little bit differently, maybe just come up with some ideas. Guys, I really, Joanne, love your new, thanks, Joanne. Oh, thank you very much. Yes, that's my new wall. I'm so excited about that. And I did it, oh my God, last night. It was just so much work because my wall, it was not moving the wallpaper. It was really hard to fix it and put it in. But yes, made it. Thank you.
Joanne, you've just made Alex's week. The wall has been coming for months now, and it finally all happened yesterday. And I know Alex has been very reserved to make a big song and dance about it. And the fact that you've come out has probably blown her away. Well done.
Yeah, I was so happy that somebody noticed, because I was like, I should probably mention that. But thank you, Joanna. Yeah, and when we talk about any Ascension's models or Ascension model in your business, guys, can you share something with us? Do you have anything like that? Do you have any levels in your business? I know we talked about entry offer yesterday, and I believe when you started to work on your entry offer, thanks. When you started to work on your entry offer, you probably started to think about some levels in your business, some different levels of your offer. And I would like to hear more from you guys. I really want to know what are your levels. I know Mike shared already with us. And Joanne, I think you mentioned that as well, that you are starting to thinking about the about charging people for that assessment of your body type when you're happy, you know it. Why it is bright. Nice, thanks, Mike. Yeah, I really like.
Mike's getting in there with the comic relief today. Well done, Mike. Good work.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'll probably finish here because yeah, it's basically what is important to really understand, that we need to take the client for the journey with us. We want to guide them. We want to take them somewhere. We want to see the transformation. And I'm not talking only about programs. I'm not talking only about coaching. I'm always talking about even supplements or dresses. You know, you try one dress and, oh, I have a really great webpage. I love to order that. I never did it. I never risked to actually order online. But when they closed the shops, I was like, yes, I'm going to do that. And I tried one. I was like trying, you know, if that fits, you know, if the sizes are okay. And I get a try for like $60 or $80. And now it's like, yeah, I can make bigger offer. And now I'm going to spend more money because I know actually that first, you know, cheaper dress were really nice and they fit well. And I guess that's the example from the client's perspective, that we want to try something first. And if I can't get the transformation or happiness, or it can't bring me any emotions that I'm looking for the purchase, that probably I'm not going to spend money anymore with the company or with that website or, you know, any online business. My entry offer is the body shape analysis. Yes. So then moving into the design process. I love that. Yeah. And I know we talked about that yesterday. Then you mentioned that you will charge a little tiny bit of money for that. And I think that's the smart thing to do, because we need to start to value our time, because if we don't value our time, the other people are not going to value that at all. Like that will be probably how we are going to set up all that industry, you know, with that online business when everybody can get everything for free. I think we are here to make big change. We want to make that change, and we want to start to actually charge people, even if it's $9 or $7, but we want to start to get that exchange of energy, I always say.
And look, another good point there for Joanne is, you know, can people go and get a body shape analysis done for free? Quite possibly. It's not my area of expertise, but I would look at, well, what's the value add? Because if you're unpacking it with them, so that you actually go through this is your composition, this is what it means, this is the things you need to be concerned with, this is what does really, really well for you, and so forth. So that unpack is the real value in that. Just the report on its own, you look at it and go, all right, fantastic, I did a report. So it's that the value in the unpack, the knowledge, the expertise, and the guidance and advice that you bring with it. So that's a real amount of value right there. And then I think you just popped up, and then production of gowns and so forth between $4 to $6 grand. Fantastic.
Yeah, I love it, because that's exactly, they have the process. They're going through analysis for really small amount of money. What is really not even paying for anyone, you know, even if they have really low budget, they feel like that's something they can spend in, you know, Woolies or in any grocery store, or spending for coffee. You know, when you're going to coffee shop, that's probably your, I don't know, $27 is probably just having a cake and coffee and maybe juice. That means it's not a really big amount of money. And that's why I'm always saying, just try to offer something. I think we have our program, Ideal Client, for $47 on our website. And that's something that we don't even spend time anymore with that. You know, like you can just jump in, purchase that, you will get video, you will get 5 or 6 different worksheets, and you can work on your ideal client. And it doesn't cost us any time anymore. That's why we don't really mind, but it costs us time, that we spend time to build it up. And we still want you to have the transformation and have the result. That means next step will be your marketing copy. And when you will make your marketing copy, they will actually talk to your avatar or ideal client. That means there is the point. They have to be all connected. And
Absolutely.
probably that's it. If you guys don't have any questions, do you have something to add, Dave, or we will just wrap up because it's already almost, it's all 30 minutes.
Look, I think you've done. I think we've covered a fair bit today. There's a lot in that, and it's starting to at least understand the structure and the process of the client journey that you want to help them through, that, or take them on. And you know, where's the starting point? What are the milestones along the way? And what's your ideal type of transaction with those clients? So having a look at from an entry point to your ideal, and what are the steps to get there, and that becomes part of your Ascension process.
Yeah. And I think what is important to understand as well, like we are doing this 21-day challenge because we want to help you, because we know a lot of people or businesses suffers. I'm not saying that's you, but a lot of people were actually coming or going through a big change, you know, last few months. And even my business changed. I actually closed up my event management company, and that's why I'm running the mentoring effect full time now, finally. And that's a big change for me as well. But also you need to understand that yes, we won't really help you. And if you resonate with these and you think these are the parts that you are missing in your business, and there will be more coming from marketing and sales. If you think that there are areas that you really need to work on, what I think we all need to work on, because I still need to work on sales, even if I can train you in sales, but I still know I can learn every day something new, even from you guys. And that's why we will offer at the end, or we will start to talk about our program, because we would like to take you on that journey. And we created something that we actually were able to squeeze it into 8 weeks and 1 day workshop. That means there will be 8 weeks and 1 day or half day of workshop. We want to really offer for people, they are prepared to grow their business in that 2 months and or 9 weeks. And they really want to have the base, the system, and they know like this system is working. Even if I will decide now to run a new business or different business, I know what to do. That means if there are people that resonate with you guys, just feel free to PM us or send us message, and I will be more than happy to jump on call and explain more in depth, like what is that actually, what we do and what we plan to do from 10th of August. That will be so exciting. And that's probably my wrap up, guys. And I will send you the homework. I will send you some wrap up about the Ascension model that you can use the steps, and I can probably share some examples with you as well. And I hope you will enjoy your homework today.
Good work. Thanks, guys. Looking forward to seeing the chat pop up throughout the day. And if you have any questions, by all means, just put them in the commentary, and Alex and I will do our best to get back to you in a timely fashion. Have a good day.
Yeah, have a good day. And look at my wall. See ya.